Once again, guys, it is G with aromaG's Botanica, and it's time for the free readings. Every day, Monday through Friday, we do these at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And these are one-card readings, which give you a general idea of what's going on or what direction to take or what the theme is that's going on. And we answer your questions. So what you do, whether you're coming from Facebook or you're coming from YouTube, these are all on our YouTube channel, the previous days, and they will show up there. It's easier to go to YouTube to put in your questions, but I can see the Facebook ones. So whenever you come in, just feel free to start popping in your questions. Hello. We have people coming in. I'll pull a card that shows us the general theme for all of us today. What's going on today? What in the world? So it is Three of Swords. It's like, well, there's just some disappointing things going to happen today. Hopefully not too big. But, this, a lot of people think this is heartache, heartbreak. It can also just be some disappointments. So hopefully there'll be minor ones that we'll face today with tiny little setbacks that can be overcome in 24 hours. We are asking for. Marvel, I got the job. Thanks for that one card reading. Cool. I think, or is it Marvel? Were you the one who had the third interview? And did you put cinnamon in your shoes? Rosie Jane, hi, thanks. I'd love a reading. Okay, now, Rosie and everyone who's listening, when you pop in, I know most people will think it sounds rude, but immediately put your question in. Because when you put, I'd love a reading, 2 or 3 other people below you have already put their question in, and you're falling down the list. So it's not rude. Just pop your question straight in. And because we've already got a couple behind you since you asked that. Randy, glad I caught you. Did Marty use me for my money? This one, the Three of Wands. That's an unusual one for this particular question, because I think this may have been what someone may have planned to do, but did not do. It may have appeared that way to you, but the energy this card also puts off is a good energy. If you were doing a yes or no reading, this would be one of the yes cards, not meaning yes to your question. Because I didn't pull it that way. I'm talking about the energy of the card. It is a good vibe card. So I don't think that's actually what happened, although it may appear that way. Someone on Facebook asked, I would like to know if I'll manage to leave Dubai soon and move to Finland. I think so, because it's the Sun card. The Sun card is all about things are bright, happy, sunny. It's a positive card. It leans towards yes. So keep doing whatever you're doing to make this happen. Don't lose traction. If right now it's moving in that direction. So keep doing whatever you're doing to try to make that dream come true and add to it. Marvell, no, it wasn't them. Because a lot of people asked for it the other day, but everyone was asking about jobs. So, and someone did have a third interview, and I told them to put cinnamon in their shoes, cinnamon powder, when they went on that third interview. But glad you got it too. Rosie, do I repair my beat up car or do I get a new secondhand car? The old car is kind of hard to stop nuisance on my drive. Oh, it's a nuisance on your drive. Okay. So, should you repair the old beat up one or get a new secondhand one? it's like a struggle. It's like it's not quite sure which way you should go. So I think a little bit more research is needed. You need to find out exactly what you need to do to fix the beat up car and compare its cost to the price of another used car that would better serve you. So usually when this card comes up, it's not a battle card. This is more of a sporting event card. It's like a competition. So you're in a competition with these two questions. Which one should you do? So I would get out the calculator and a notebook and make a pro and con list and figure out which one in the long run is going to be cheaper. There may be some things in the beat up car you need to fix, but there may be some things that won't hold out much longer. So which one in the long run is going to serve you better? Make that pro and con list. You're welcome, Randy. Joe, should I move out of my apartment between now and next year this time where all neighbors are toxic and rent is getting extremely high? All the neighbors are toxic? Now, I always ask this, Joe, when you're the only one saying all the neighbors are toxic, is it really them? It could be. But, it's kind of a big ratio when all the neighbors are toxic, but you're the only good guy on the block. So is it your reaction to these neighbors? But we will assume all the neighbors are toxic. Rent is definitely getting high all sorts of places. So that's a definite yes. But should you move out of your apartment between now and next year at this time? I think it'll be difficult to actually find something that, number one, is much different in the neighborly sort of way, maybe within your price range. And also within your price range, hard to find the same thing with it's almost like you're in one place and then you look around, it's like, well, everything else is that price too. So what do I do? Oh, if you get cheaper, which sometimes if it's in the same area may not have the best neighbors because the price is less. You know what I'm saying? Um, so this is like, this card can be a theft card. Make sure you really plan out your money so that you don't take away from you other things that you're going to need because you moved. I'm going to pull one more just for clarity. The Lovers. That's been in partnership. Do you have a roommate? Could you have a roommate? Could you afford a better place in a better neighborhood if you had a roommate? The Lovers card doesn't always mean lovers. It can be partnership. So if you don't already have one, think about that too. I'm not sure how to pronounce your username. Nikolonic? Sounds like a colonic. I don't know. I might change that name. A general reading. King of Swords. General reading is in the King of Swords is about you coming into a time where you know your own mind, you know where you want to go, you know what you want to do, and before long you're going to know how to get there. So, if you have some goals, be thinking about them. Start to act on them because you're moving into a time in your life where you will actually be able to take control of everything, do what you want to do, know where you want to go. Joe, honestly, I don't know them, so they find me odd. Well, if you don't, that's an unusual. So that you don't know the neighbors, but you know they find you odd. It could, like I said, once again, it could be the energy you're putting off, or sometimes we expect something, so therefore we find it. I'm a big fan of pros and cons lists. Let's see. Let me go back to, we're scrolling here. Maylene, will I be traveling this year to the U.S.? Possibly. It's the Queen of Cups. It means you, once again, the queens, the kings are about being in control of a situation. Queen of Cups has a lot of emotions attached to her. Also, she's on the edge of the water. It's sort of like the idea. She's like dipping her toes on the edge of the water. So be thinking about why you want to travel here, what you're going to accomplish. Is it just for fun? And what you can do to actually make it happen. Start to make out a plan, because I think it leans more towards yes, but it's almost like it's not really clear what you're going to do when you get here. So be thinking about that. Make an itinerary, a loose one, if anything. So could you do a what you need to know? So what you need to know reading. I'm having a little trouble actually reading that. Is it Rofocal Tarot? Am I pronouncing that right? Now, what you need to know. What you need to know is it's about balance. The Justice card is about looking at things the way a judge would look at it. Are you unbiasedly looking at both sides of a story, making sure you have all the facts before making a decision, and do it without any emotion attached to it? So hopefully that spoke to you in one way or another. Now we can pull back some because there's not a new one. So a couple of people had a repeat question. Randy, am I meant to move on with my love life? It's just first you have to be a little bit more charitable with yourself, coming into your own, feeling, knowing exactly what you want based on any new ideas you might have about what you want for yourself. It's about being charitable with yourself and taking some time to slip into your own vibe. I always tell people, when you are vibing at your highest, that's when you attract the person who's right for you. If you're in a down place looking for love, you're going to find someone else who has the same vibration as that. So take a little time, figure out exactly what you want in someone else, work on becoming the best version of yourself, and the exact right person will find you, or you'll find them, both together. Cat, should I move my business or stay where I'm located already? God, moving a business. I cannot even think about moving aromaGs. That would be, you know how many boxes we would need to move everything? How long it would take? It would take months and months and months. God. Should I move my business or stay where I am located already? It looks like you may want to move. It's the Death card, which is about putting an end to something. It's time to finally close this chapter and move on to another one. So I would say it's time to move locations. But as a business owner to business owner, do lots of research, have plenty of foot traffic. I've seen many places move way out in the country, and it was not good for their business. keep the questions coming. We're going to go about an extra 5 minutes. First, each time during this time, we have to pay for the free readings by looking at an aromaG's commercial. But we always do something that you can learn about. Most people always talk about white sage. How do we use white sage? We're not going to show you white sage today. It's like 1 minute, 60, about a little over 60 seconds. We're going to learn what to do with regular sage. Sage out of your kitchen cabinet. How can you use it magically? So let's take just a minute and look at that.
Hey y'all, welcome to aromaG's Botanica. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about some magical uses for sage. And this is garden sage, not white sage. So regular garden sage can be used for wisdom and guidance in making decisions. Speaking of wise decisions, if you'd like to get some of this sage, go on over to our website, www.aromags.com. And so sometimes when white sage is not available in your region, you can use regular garden sage to burn in order to cleansify and purify a space. Magically, it's also said to help with courage and strength, and as well as to weaken the ego of another person. So I don't know so much the efficacy of putting this in a mojo bag, but definitely try that and holler at me in the comments to see if that works. But I do know a lot of people who are into candle magic will use garden sage in their candles. They'll just load their candles with it. Thanks so much for visiting us. And if you happen to be in Nashville,
There we
come visit my
go. Yeah, you can use garden sage in your magic. Someone asked, is Archangel Michael receiving my messages? I think so. Page of Pentacles. You may do something a little bit more dramatic to get his attention if you think they're not. Make an offering or something he likes. Put red on your altar if you have it. He loves red. So look up all the things that call to Michael to help you call to him. We have time for just a few more. Let's try to get to as many as I can. There is a Vera Marie. Thanks for coming again. Am I going to get legally married with my current partner? Eight of Wands. Of course, right now it doesn't seem to be happening, but I think the answers lean towards yes. It's like all of a sudden it will be some spur of the moment thing, and it'll happen like very quickly out of nowhere. So I don't think it'll be some sort of long planning thing. It'll be like let's do it, but not right now. But when it comes, it'll come quickly. If you hear the kitty in the background, we're out here in the chapel. We're having some work done on our kitchen, and she is not happy that she is out here away from all the work where she can get hurt. Little girl doesn't understand that. Ray, I'd like to know if I can expect to retire from my current workplace. I think so. I mean, it's Four of Wands. It's a big happy card. It's about coming into a time where everything is going well, working good. You're happy about your decisions. So right now it leans towards yes. All right, everyone. I want to say again, because we're almost out of time, please just put your question directly in. Because when you ask, may I have a card? Can I have a card? Other people are popping their questions up ahead of you. And when you finally ask that question, we're going to be run out of time. So just ask it right away off the bat, because we've only got a couple of minutes left. Exo Beauty, is there magic on my business to stop my money? I don't think so. I mean, it's the Ten of Pentacles. It shows all the potential is there for your business. There's something that may feel like an external thing, but It's actually an internal thing. There's something you can do to boost business. I always ask people, are you working on your social media? Are you going on YouTube right here talking about what it is you do? If you're not comfortable on camera, then do a podcast. Make sure you're doing everything you can. But I don't think there's any magic on your business to stop your money. Also, right now, people are holding on to their money. They need to quit doing that. But right now, that's what's going on. But are you doing everything you can do? Get on that social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Talk about your stuff all the time, daily, but in a good, informative way. Ever Marie, will I ever find love? Will it happen within 2 years? I'm not sure. It's the strength card. It just tells you hold on, hold in there. I'd say it's probably coming, but you just gotta have faith. Don't don't cut any cords. Keep the people around you. Keep all your options open. Look in places you would normally look. Um, I'm not saying looking for love in all the wrong places, but don't disregard anyone that could be a potential mate just based on a couple of things that don't fit your list, if you know what I mean. Michelle, can you see a good man coming for me? Romance. Wheel of Fortune. It's all up in the air. There's lots of things going on in that department. I mean, this does also lean more towards luck, that you would be lucky in that quest, what you're seeking. So it does lean more towards that. Also, don't forget, look at all your options. There could be, some of us make so many lists about the type of people that we will, the type of person we want, that we overlook the person who's just perfect for us, because we all try to look for a type when sometimes your love is not your type. I'm going to take one more and then it's time to go. It's a repeat one. It's from Joe. Should I continue to practice witchcraft? I've been practicing for 3 years, but not sure if it's good for me. I'd like to know, first of all, why you think it wouldn't be good for you. If it's not a good fit, then that's one thing. If you think it's causing you negativity or something like that, that's a different question. Flip the way you do it. It all comes from your intention. Witchcraft, prayer, all sorts of spiritual paths. Which way, or what are you putting into it to figure out what you can get out of it? This shows you actually like it. King of Cups. It's something I think at times you're good at, other times you're disappointed because it's not as much as you're not getting as much out of it as you expect that it should be. But don't quite give it up yet. It's I think it's something at the heart of it you like, and it kind of fits with you. But just make sure, don't let it witchcraft, wake up, whatever. Don't conform to what everyone else is telling you the way to do it. Do what feels right, and everything will turn out well. So that's all the time we have today. Remember, we're doing this Monday through Friday, every day, 11:30 a.m. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll be doing it. Friday, Lady M will be the host, pulling the cards. And then on next Thursday, we'll have a special guest, Miss Nikki Jean, and I will both be pulling cards for you, because we're going to show her how the system works, and maybe we can get Nikki to pull some cards for you. Until then, tonight I'm going live on my channel over at Folk Magic Studio for more questions on YouTube, Folk Magic Studio, and I'll be answering some questions tonight. So until tomorrow, if you still have questions, save them and we'll get to them. Go to aromagsbotanica.com and check it all out. Bye-bye.